gainers, we have Lasaco taking the lead with 2 naira 2 kobo at a +10. Linkage Assurance 1 naira 66 kobo at a +9.92. Trans Express Logistics 3 naira 1 kobo at a +9.90. And Sunu Assurance 3 naira 56 kobo at a +9.80. We were for Critical Mineral Financing Corporation, that is CMFC, 3 naira 79 kobo at a +9.80. So let's check out the top loser side of the market. Talking about the top loser side, here they stand. Mayor PLC, 16 naira 70 kobo at a -9.90. Mercury, 56 naira 2 kobo at a -9.90. ABC Transport, 6 naira 35 kobo at a -9.90. C Leasing, 5 naira 80 kobo at a -8.60. And HM Call, 3 naira 02 kobo at a -8.20. So for the top losers, Mayor, Mercury, ABC Transport, C Leasing, and HM Call. With this, let's check out highest volume for today. Highest volume on the trade. Access Corporation, 2,922 trade and 85 million naira shares. FCMB, 664 and 67 million naira shares. Champs, 1,196 at 27.8 million naira shares. And Zenith Bank at 3,368 trading on the floor with 25.8 million naira shares. And followed by Universal Insurance at 155 trades at 24.1 million naira. And going up, let's quickly check the highest value for today. Highest value, we have HBMNG, formerly known as Lafarge Cement, at 1,279 trade at value at 6.3 billion naira. Zenith Bank, 3,361, also value at 3.2 billion. Then we have MTN Nigeria, 3,587 at 3.1 billion. Then Access Corporation, 2,122 at 2.2 billion. The last on the table is Arade at 1,476 at 2.2 billion also. With this, let's go global and see energy price across the world. Interesting. WTI -4.95, Brent -5.09, Bonin +2.46. Let's go for this break first. Let's quickly go for a short break. When we return, the show will continue.
Every day, decisions are made, policies are announced, challenges emerge, and lives are changed. But beyond the headlines, beyond the politics, beyond the noise, are the conversations that matter. On Softline, Nigeria's leading voices unpack the issues shaping our future, from governance to business, education, healthcare, technology, security, and the economy. Real conversations, expert insights, solutions that move the nation forward. Because understanding today's decisions shapes tomorrow's opportunities. Now airing 4 p.m. every weekday and Saturdays. Softline, where informed decisions begin.
Every second, a story breaks.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has formally presented the 2026 appropriation bill to the National Assembly.
The nation reacts. The world shifts. History moves in real time. Before the noise, before the opinions. One screen keeps you connected. From the headlines shaking the nation to the stories everyone talks about tomorrow. Stream anytime, anywhere. When the story matters, you know where to turn. ADBN. A part of you.
Did you know vote buying and vote selling is a criminal offense? Under Nigerian law, the punishments for vote buying and selling includes a fine of 5 million naira, a 2-year jail term, or both. Through strict legislative updates to the repealed Electoral Act 2022 ahead of the upcoming general elections, the National Assembly significantly stiffened these penalties. Under the current legal framework, Section 22 of the new Electoral Act 2026, the fine was escalated from previous limits, which capped punishment at 500,000 naira and 12 months in prison, to not less than 5 million naira and a jail term of not less than 2 years. Additionally, convicted offenders face a mandatory 10-year ban from contesting any election in Nigeria. Penalties apply explicitly to anyone who unlawfully possesses a voter's card, sells or attempts to sell a voter's card, buys or offers to buy a vote, or sells and offers to sell a vote. All voters are advised against selling their votes. If votes don't count, who would try to buy them? Stay updated on our latest series of voter education on the ADBN Enlightenment Campaign.
All right, welcome back. Talking about the energy price across the world, let's really take a look at the price of natural gas, coal, ethanol, and gasoline. For natural gas, it is a minus 4.05, coal minus 0.23, ethanol minus 0.77, and gasoline minus 0.67. So interestingly, I would say the war in Iraq is still putting more pressure on energy prices across the world. And later on, the ADBN Global Update crew will be giving us update on that war in Middle East, US-Iran war. But critically, it is affecting energy price across the world. But let's take a look at precious and industrial metal and see what is happening. Talking about gold. Gold price is still on the right side at a minus 0.82, silver a minus 1.61, copper a minus 0.24, and for steel a minus 0.33 as of today. But let's check out the rest of the precious and industrial material, talking about iron ore and the rest of them. Let's quickly take a look at palladium, iron ore, and the rest of them. Palladium, iron ore, and platinum and lithium. Except for lithium, the rest of the products are on the red side. Starting with iron ore, it is a minus 0.00, palladium a minus 1.54, platinum a minus 0.21, and lithium a plus 0.68. One thing about palladium and platinum, including lithium, let me start with palladium first. Palladium, we saw a remarkable return on their prices. On the positive side, I think from Monday, yesterday, we saw something good out of it, but today it's showing a different price mechanism that is here today with a minus 1.54 for palladium, a minus 0.21 for platinum. Meanwhile, for lithium, the projection is that the month of August will be a good month for lithium, because from the month of May, June, and even late part or early part of July, we have shown a drawback on the price of lithium. But here it is. Lithium is recovering at a plus 0.68, I would say, and is now one of the wonders of exploration in Nigeria, because the federal government of Nigeria is saying, come and invest in Nigerian lithium material. With this, let's check out FX market and see how Naira is performing also today. Interestingly, has been attached to our oil price or PMS price in Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians are asking questions around the exchange volatility and what it will bring to PMS price in Nigeria. On table right now, from Dangote Refinery, it is $0.776 per PMS liters. That is coming from Dangote. So whatever exchange rate anybody want to put to it, and that's what our PMS outlets are doing this day, that they're selling PMS at 1,310 naira or 1,330 naira. But for today, the exchange rate is 1,362 to the dollar, and against British pounds, 1,814, against euro, 1,550, and against Canadian dollar, 970 naira. What I'm trying to analyze here is that the PMS price in Nigeria is now subject to the exchange rate volatility or certainty around naira to dollar exchange rate. And that's what we can see, because the moment the dollar goes higher, it means that the PMS price will also go higher. But if the naira is compared to have a good gains against the dollar, definitely the price of PMS also need to fall or drop in Nigeria. We'll watch how that will play out in coming days. But let's check out the yen of Japan, Riyadh of Saudi Arabia, and see the exchange rate against the naira for today. It is 8 naira 32 kobo against yen of Japan, 362 against Riyadh of Saudi Arabia, 201 naira against the yuan of China, and 81 naira 28 kobo against the rand of South Africa. A good outing, I would say, for naira, except the yen of Japan that had an upper hand against the naira today, as naira lost about 1 kobo against the yen of Japan. But interestingly, naira has been making great gains against all these foreign currency since the last MPC that happened in the month of July 2026. We're going for a break so that we can usher in my guest for today. We'll be talking about procurement system in Nigeria. Is it the time for us to digitalize our procurement system? And if we digitalize our procurement system, what gains are we going to accrue by digitalizing our procurement system? Mohamed B. Atta will be joining me shortly on the break.
Every second, a story breaks.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has formally presented the 2026 appropriation bill to the National Assembly.
The nation reacts. The world shifts. History moves in real time. Before the noise, before the opinions. One screen keeps you connected. From the headlines shaking the nation to the stories everyone talks about tomorrow. When the story matters, you know where to turn. ADBN, a part of you.
Every day, decisions are made, policies are announced, challenges emerge, and lives are changed. But beyond the headlines, beyond the politics, beyond the noise, are the conversations that matter. On Softline, Nigeria's leading voices unpack the issues shaping our future, from governance to business, education, healthcare, technology, security, and the economy. Real conversations, expert insights, solutions that move the nation forward. Because understanding today's decisions shapes tomorrow's opportunities. Now airing 4 p.m. every weekday and Saturdays. Softline, where informed decisions begin.
It doesn't take a pandemic or an epidemic to know that clean hands save lives. Hand washing is essential anytime, anywhere to protect your health. So keep washing.
Welcome to the Niger Delta, a region of incredible beauty and stark contrast. From its breathtaking landscapes to its rich cultural heritage, this is a place where history and modernity collide. But beneath this serene surface lies a story of struggle and resilience. The Niger Delta is the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy, home to vast oil reserves that fuel the nation, yet it is a land where the people fight for their share of the wealth. Join us on the program Niger Delta Today as we explore the heart of the Niger Delta, discover the vibrant cultures, the struggles for environmental justice, and the stories of the people who call this place home. This is the Niger Delta, a land of contrast, a story of resilience, a journey of hope. Don't miss our exclusive series, Niger Delta Today, every day at 12 noon, only on ADBN TV. Witness the untold stories, experience the journey, be part of the change.
Every second.
Welcome back from that.
I would say yes, because there's no alternative for now. No alternative in the sense that the whole world, there's a global system which is going digital. I think to some even extent, Nigeria is left behind. You will have noticed that even in recent time, there was a new launch which moving the system into the space. So everyone, every nation, every country, every individual is moving in one direction. So Nigeria cannot be left behind. So digitalization has become to stay, and that is the new system. Even just by holding something in your hand, you feel that everything you do now is almost digitalized. So procurement cannot be out of it.
And what kind of achievements are we going to get when we do procurement?
Yes, of course. The human factor simply means that if a system is unoperated, it cannot generate a result. So as we often say in the procurement circle, each system does not stop human involvement. And the benefits are enormous, even though it also comes with a lot of challenges. And I would not call them disadvantages, but a lot of challenges. So again, it's also it helps people to learn a lot faster in terms of going online. Everything seems to be going in that direction, Simon.
Procurement corruption. Recently, you wrote a report around procurement corruption in Nigeria. What are those driving factors or drivers of procurement corruption in Nigeria?
The factor, as we mentioned before, largely human. There is the human factor, and again, lack of adequate capacity to manage the process. I've said it time and time again that even if you put 100 men to do a job of one person, if all of them do not have the capacity, it may not be able to get the result as desired. So first and foremost, you must make sure that whoever you are putting there have the capacity. So, and it is because technology has come to be. So people are able to research things, get information online, go to records. Virtually all ministry departments and agencies now are put on digitalization, that everyone they have their website. So you need to look for something, you just go there. You don't even have to go to the offices anymore. So that is when I talk about reducing speed. So these are the drivers. And again, civil society are more alert. Of course, we always have the opportunity to interface with foreign methods in the past, and that we have done. So engaging the system is far, far, far more easier than what we had in the past. It is far easier now for someone to tell you an information and for you to go and check and see whether it's correct or not. So these are the facts. These are the drivers. But of course, in procurement, like I've also said, there are series of identification which people have to do. Capacity is very important. You need to have the capacity. Thank you.
Interesting. Now, on the other hand, for many Nigerians who are watching now, having identified that procurement corruption is what is leading us in a way to digitalize our procurement system. Now, one question that will come to the mind of every Nigerian is that, can it guarantee transparency as expected? Even though you have said it that technology is the way out of some of these mess that we have found ourselves, but can it also guarantee transparency as being witnessed in developed climes?
Of course, you should expect people to restrict it, to resist it. Resistance has been core policy. There are a lot of people who are reluctant in moving to the internet space, who are reluctant in adhering to the new order. So corruption is rather getting reduced, not that it's increasing with the system, with the digitalization of the system. And like I said, it's not the whole world. I can just stay in the corner of my room here and get the information I want from America, just by making a contact or by checking online. So it has helped greatly in adding more value, opportunities and order to corruption issues. So people are more careful. People now submit facts because they know they are susceptible to checks. People now make sure that if they have made mistake in the past, they go back and correct it before audits and all that. So in my own view, I think it has helped greatly in making sure that the corruption has reduced at all the public sector, including even the private sector.
But now, the question that comes quickly right now is that on the part of the authority, Bureau of Procurement Center, that is the BPP,
Yes.
now, are they ready for this digitalization that is being pushed by stakeholders in a procurement ecosystem? Because as it stands right now, we know that digitalization is taking place across federal government, state government activities, but for the BPP, are they also ready for this push for digitalizing our procurement system?
Yes, I must say to you, and I stand to be corrected, that BPP is trying in terms of trying to digitalize all their system, procurement system. You now see that even bidding now, they expect contractors to bid online, send your quotation. You don't have to meet people physically again. Queries are sent online. You respond to them. Your paper, you register with them in advance and all that. But like you rightly identified, it does not stop corruption entirely because there are human errors. There are people who think that, no, the old process will continue. And again, there are people who do not have the capacity, but they are doing the work. For example, those who are who have been in the civil service, either in other departments like finance, stores, and all that, they are now saying, they now bring them as procurement officers, which should not be. What the law says clearly is that the BPP, the Bureau of Public Procurement, should work with professional procurer. So by implication, it means that we should have had professionals that are read in a professional standard before BPP can now advertise and include them in their administration and operation. But this is not the case we have now. People just graduate from one ministry to the other and expect that they will be the one regulating the procurement processes. So that is where the BP is getting it wrong. Even though they are making efforts to digitalize all the activity. For example, they are connected with the World Bank through a series of training. I'm aware of that. They are also connected with several institutes, several universities across Nigeria. But the question is that, how can they get it right when there's no role the professional body, the CIPS Nigeria, is playing with them? And that is the bone of contention, and that is why recently they were in court. Issue may also be another subject to this. We are still asking, if a professional is there, like professional engineer is heading what do they call it, engineering commission and all that. Yeah, we put him to task. Now, if there are errors, at the appropriate time, at the right time, we are going to have a government that understands our argument. And they will critically look at this issue and they appoint the right people to head that organization, as well as those, even the directors. That is what the law says.
Interesting.
Thank you.
The discussion right now is centered on, is it not right time for us to reform the Nigerian procurement framework at this point in time? Because one of your reports talk about, we have the laws, but these laws, sometimes enforcement is a challenge. But for the act themselves, is it not high time we also look at it and find a way to rejig the law?
Very, very perfect, very correct. As a matter of fact, no law is exceptional. And I don't expect that the Public Procurement Act 2007 should remain so. Because at the time it was put into place, we have a limited number of professionals in that field. And Nigeria is growing. We have a lot of development here and there. But the points remain, needs to be in place for the BPP to function. And they are the one who has the guiding principle, who has the rule and regulation to direct BPP to do certain things. But that one is not in place. So government is a continuum. We don't want to stop it. That's why we have critics has always been arguing that, look, everything that the Bureau is doing currently is illegal. They're operating illegally. And they know. That is one. And secondly, that where are the so-called staff, the DG, from DG to directors and everything, where we ask them that, no, every country has its independent, has its own rules and regulations. So this has been the argument. So I continue to tell you, and I'll say it again over and over again, that look, never really be right, because we don't have the right people on that top.
Doc, one thing that happened earlier this year or late part of last year was that we saw a move by National Assembly to take this particular action and see how they can revive or rejig the Procurement Act 2007. And what has really happened, because I know most of you in that corridor of Nigerian economy, it seems that you people are not even calling on National Assembly to retake this particular exercise and see how we can get
the contractors that you should have had the capacity to, before you even apply. Should have the financial, because even because of bidding, there are processes. You do bidding process and everything, including financial bids. So once you don't have the capacity, it is not expected that you should come and take money. Now, what is the amendment seeking for? The amendment is seeking that they should move it from 50% to 30%. And you know what that simply means? If you give a contract of 10 million to people and you are paid up as a 30%, you might simply abandon the project and run away. So we say no. That should creator of that act was very simple. The provisional body was there. Nigerian Society of Engineers was there. Nigerian Bar Association